Hidden going live. Doing it live.
Coming at you live.
We are live, man. We're doing it live.
Let's do it the live.
Tuesday
What the
night.
FiGPiN?
That means what the FiGPiN?
Another Tuesday night, 9:30 Eastern time. We're gonna come to you live to tell you all about the FiGPiN world.
FiGPiNs in the house. So thank you to those that went ahead and followed my directions on Facebook and popped in here and said Goku is better than Deku. So that's right, Alex. We're talking to you. But yeah,
I didn't see that. That's awesome. When did you do that? Is that on Facebook?
Yeah, I put it on Facebook when I posted the link today.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Battle and I were just talking before we went ahead and went live here, and about this guy, Fat Gum from from MHA. I don't know if anyone noticed, but I have 4 of them. I bought 2 from 2 different retailers. I was looking through them and I had noticed that I had got into the 1400s and I was like, oh, this is crappy. Let me go ahead and, go get one of the early, the easier, the lower sequences. So I was going to go ahead and do that, but I was logging it into my my Excel spreadsheet, and then I was like, wait a second, what's this pin number? And I got Fat Gum Super Match.
Dang, did you
1455.
Really?
Yep, I got Super Match of Fat Gum.
Wow, that's epic.
So I was excited about that for sure. It's been a long time since I think. Oh man, I think that's a good question. I'm gonna have to look it up to see when the last time that I had got a super match. Like I personally pulled a random super match, not like that it was known and I purchased it from somebody. I don't remember the very last time that I purchased a like an unknown surprise super match, which it might have been the Goku that I bought.
That you almost sold or something, right?
Yeah, the 356 one.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I'll have to look at my spreadsheet, and I maybe have a better memory than I do, but I don't recall. I know I've never pulled a super match on my own, and I'm not too sure I've ever purchased a super match either. I don't know if that's one of the few I have in my FiGPiN repertoire.
Really?
I don't think so. I got a couple first and last off the lines, but I don't think I've ever gotten me a super match.
Well, and since we're talking about cool pins, another pin that came in, which I got this last week, but I just finally opened the box. It's the Chase of the White Ranger.
Nice. So, you got the Chase? Dude,
yep.
It's so cool. Isn't that one neat looking?
My super match started with an 8 for Fat Gum. So I'm hoping when it goes live, no, I think that that pin already had went. I think it was like $299 for launch on Fat Gum. But it did not get me a chase. So
was yesterday first chance at chase day for him?
I believe yesterday was the very first chance at chase day for him. So
nice. Well, best of luck to everybody out there. Make sure you're logging in every Monday. Do you happen to remember when the server resets that Monday starts counting where you can hit that chase card?
It's
at
3
midnight?
p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So
perfect. Yeah. So if you happen to be up or a night owl, get on your app. Make sure you're hitting that chase card button. See if you can pull a winner.
Yep. So just some other pins that I went ahead and got. I don't know if anyone's seen, but Pops and Pins. I mean, actually, one of the Fat Gums was part of this bundle set. So you got 5 pins. There was the 4 MHA pins. Plus, Chris was going ahead and from Pops and Pins was giving his Shinzo exclusive as well. If I remember correctly, I think the price was $65 for the bundle. So I think that it's very reasonably priced for sure. And I also got a few Fat Gums from Pins on Fire, but I also got their exclusive as well. So that's my haul for the last week or two. So
hey, when did those ones show up?
Say it again.
When did the Pins on Fire ones deliver?
It was last week, late last week that I got them in.
Because I don't remember for sure, but I I know I've bought those and then a AP box from them, and every now and then I'll get the little message saying like your package has been delivered. But I at this point it's been so long since I've been home. I probably got a little tower of boxes on the bed waiting for me, so I don't even remember what's there anymore. But I do remember when I ordered that one, I forgot all about putting a Chase or a fat gum for Chase on it. So I still haven't got my fat gum yet, but I need to in a hurry.
And Stephen Morsh's saying it was the second chance for Chase for fat gum. So I apologize. I thought it was the first one. So yeah, it was the
You
second.
know what? I think Deku Pops put that. I think he pulled it that first time. I think he made a little post about it. I remember seeing that now.
Yeah, he just said he hit the Chase on the first day. And this was
nice. Congrats.
And yes,
that's awesome.
Quite the MHA fan. I am a MHA fan for sure, but Dragon Ball is just so much better. So I mean, what can I say? But I still like MHA. It's a great anime. Yeah, man. So there's been a lot that's been happening. I know that we were talking. I think it was Wednesday, I think we were talking Thursday last week, and you mentioned about it was some other collectible you were talking about with Batman Day, and I think it was a few hours later you text me and you're like, go check the app for U4, and I'm like, what? And I check and I'm like, oh, it's Batman Ultra. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, kind of a little call it thing, right? So those HRO cards, they did a Batman Day release, and I saw a couple other people do Batman Day stuff. I know like a couple other pin companies had some Batman stuff half off or some kind of discount. And I think right around that time, FiGPiN had gotten on to their accounts and posted, "Are you ready for the next Ultra?" And I was actually a little confused. I didn't have a lot of time to go look, but it was just like, go to your app and see if you qualify. But at the time when I went and looked for the Ultras, it didn't really pull anything new up. So I wasn't exactly sure, like how do you check what the qualifications are? But then they quickly followed up with their next message or storyline and text post that said, what your power has to be, collector score, pins unlocked, and original unlocks, etc. And it was on, I think, their Instagram or maybe their Twitter page that I should have paid attention to the username, but somebody in the comments was like, gee, I wonder if it's going to be Batman for Batman Day. And I just was kind of like, oh, that'd be dope, but I didn't really think too much of it. You and I were chatting, and that jumped into mind like, oh, yeah, Batman Day's coming up. Do you think it's going to be that one? And you were like, well, I don't know. I guess I didn't even know Batman Day was a thing. And I was like, that's what people are saying.
Yeah, I had no idea that there was a Batman Day. I mean, I know Spider-Man Day. I know Mario Day. I didn't know that there was a Batman Day. So.
I'm sure there's a day for everybody. When's our day? When's our day?
Yeah, right.
Tuesday. We're Tuesdays.
We're Tuesdays. That's right. Yeah, so we had the Batman U4 launch, which I believe it looked like it was almost like a pre-order on Thursday, right? And then Friday was kind of like more of the traditional release of it. Because they had like a bigger post for it on Friday.
Right, and they actually like showed the different, with the stand and all the base and the little badge that it comes with it and all that stuff. So they definitely, and then made it's Batman Day post kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it did always say in the write-up, if I'm not mistaken, that even though it was quote unquote a pre-order, they were in hand and going to be shipped out towards the end of September. So I don't think there's a very long wait time for them. I think we should start getting the shipping confirmations here pretty soon. Man, time flies by. I can't believe it's already darn near the end of September. I've been kind of freaking out because everybody's already putting all these Halloween movies and stuff on, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, oh, I'm not there yet. Wait, slow down.
So it's funny because I actually had to kind of like yell at my daughter because she was like, Dad, let's watch Nightmare Before Christmas. And I'm like, it's not October yet. I was like, our routine. I was like, we can watch Nightmare. Believe me, I would watch it 12 months of the year. because it is my favorite Disney movie. But I was like, we start watching it in October, like that's been our routine now, and then we can go ahead and play it all the way through Christmas because it is a Halloween and a Christmas movie. So I'm good with it for 3 months for sure. Yep.
Well,
You were just saying about how crazy it is, and Getty Up, about how like it's already September, and kind of we're more than halfway through with it, and Getty Up just reminded me that we are 3 weeks away from New York City Comic Con.
New York City Comic Con, man. Let's 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 go back and talk about this Ultra Batman a little bit longer.
Yep.
Then we'll fast forward and we'll come back and talk about New York City, because man, there's quite a bit to be covered in that little bit of section right there. So before we go too far off the diving board, that Batman Ultra, I want to know, everybody watching, put it in the polls. Let us know your thoughts. What do you think of their Batman choice? It's the Rebirth Batman. So it is one that we actually have had. It was kind of, in my opinion, like one of the OG pins. I actually kind of want to go look at my Instagram. I think I used the Rebirth Batman one time on a post I made. It's a really good looking pin. But what are your thoughts? Are you excited that it was the Rebirth one? Because I know we have the standard Rebirth, then I think we have the all blacked out version of him.
Yeah, which was the New York City Comic Con one.
Which was a Comic Con exclusive, I believe.
It's going to be further down.
And now we have our black on copper.
Yep.
So that's kind of a cool full circle. And I definitely like the way it's looking. I think it's going to even be better in person. But my first thought is like, what if it was the old school Batman, where like we have the standard color blue, and then we have those little white, I'll call them a chase. They're not chasers really, but there was the white and black Batman and Joker.
Yep.
And now you follow it around with a black and copper one. That would have been a cool full circle. Maybe it'll still happen one day, but I thought that one would be a good choice. I think some of their newer Batmans are just too new. I don't think they, had I guess they've been out for a while. Maybe you could have done that one, but I think they're trying to make the Ultras, at least in the beginning, kind of an ode to their original ones.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. What are your thoughts? What did you think on the choice?
I'm liking it, and and this is why I turned around, was to go ahead and see the Rebirth ones, which are right up in this area up here. I know it's hard with the glare. But is it me, or does the artwork for even where it says like Batman Rebirth look different than what it is on the original pins?
Ooh, I would have to get a look. I thought
and maybe because it's that gold, because it's all gold, the backer card. So maybe that's why I'm getting a different feel for them, what it looks like. Let me see if I can pull this down. Where are we? Oh, wait,
I see Rebirth Wonder Woman and Harley Quinn. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so this is what that looks like. And then I'm not sure if it's going to show, maybe with the... So, yeah, I think it's just the gold. I'm seeing like the hoop, this kind of like circular bend.
Yeah, it looks the same.
So yeah, maybe it was just the gold that kind of threw me off. But yeah, I'm liking it.
But man, so just looking at it again on that post, the way that copper outline, the copper line work makes that everything stand out. So it's really cool. Sure.
I'm looking at this Batman, the black, the all black Batman. And like looking at him straight on, like it's hard to go, like it's Batman, but it's hard to go ahead and see any of those details. So you like really have to like go ahead and like shine it in the light to see what you got there.
Yeah, you kind of have to like get that little shiny effect to it.
Yep. yeah, I mean, so I'm
I
I'm excited for it. It looks awesome. I'm definitely I mean, yeah, it's an Ultra, man. I'm excited to go ahead and get some more boosts. Another power to the collection. Give another pin 100 extra points to it. So
and honestly, I don't even know if I've snapped all of my cards yet. I know I was super late to. I had a really good sequence on the Mickey, and I bloody just forgot to unlock him. So he was like 200th unlock, but he was a good sequence. That was cool.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't think I've snapped. I haven't been boosting, man. I've been sucking it up as far as like the multiplayer part of FiGPiN. So I need to get back to it.
Yeah. So, well, two things. One, just Pins on Fire had announced this. I believe it was 2 weeks ago, and when I got the pin in, I was wondering what the sticker was I was going to go ahead and get, but I got this from them, but it's not a sticker; it's a magnet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I was really impressed with that little added touch to it. Did you want to go ahead and well, let's go ahead and back up. So the same day that Pins on Fire announced their MHA exclusive, we had a drop of a totally different license, which was the Star Wars Ahsoka series, which I know that we appreciate you guys going ahead and being here with us and not watching the Ahsoka series right now. So believe me, Battle and I, we're ready to go ahead and go also because we're invested in it. We want to go watch it ourselves. But they had announced the Ahsoka pins, and we also have pops and pins with a very cool Chopper exclusive from
That Chopper's
the Ahsoka series. So yeah, I haven't had a chance to go ahead and to order it yet, but I am excited to go ahead and get his exclusive in hand, but also the Ahsoka pins look pretty amazing. I know we talked about this our last show where there was some people had found APs of the pins, and actually some of the pins had not even been announced with the wave that was just announced. So it's definitely exciting to go ahead and see some of the other pins when they go ahead and get announced at that point. So it'll be fun.
Yeah,
it's definitely cool. The pins look great. I'm excited, and the show's amazing. So it's really cool that the pins are coming out with the show.
That is something we have talked about in prior shows of like, I'm glad to see that they are doing better with their timing. The show's coming out, the pins are releasing right around with it. Getting that kind of publicity with the show. They're hot, it's new, it's out. People are loving the show. I just caught up with the last episode a day or two ago, and it was so cool, man. I'm loving that show. So it's
and I was just talking with a one of my best friends earlier today, and
I know we chatted a little bit earlier.
We did. But I was just sharing about how amazing visually, and I don't want to give anything away, but how the one bringing in the story, but also like changing the lightsaber color to go ahead and show like okay, like from the light side to the dark side, the eyes glowing red when they go ahead and they have like they show visually the switch from from the light to the dark side. And then you also have walking into the clouds, and then just the outline of one character changing from another character. I mean, it's like, again, visually, I thought it was an amazing episode for sure.
So good, man. And just thinking about it, I got off and I got finished watching. I messaged my brother-in-law right away because I knew he had been caught up on them, and I'm just like, man, like I really like these series that they've been doing.
Battle, do you go to a GameStop in Midland?
Yeah.
So there is a Slim the Sensei that is saying, here from GameStop in Midland.
Oh, what's up, Slim?
So welcome to the show, man. It's great to have you. Thank you for joining us for sure. We actually at Battle had just mentioned talking about GameStop before with some pins that he was able to pick up. So
yeah, so I wonder if I actually know if it's one of the employees I always shoot the gab with, or maybe somebody else. super glad to have you on. Welcome to the show. I'm hoping you enjoy your time. If you're at work, hope you're enjoying work. I was just sharing with John earlier that I always go there. That was where I found the first mystery minis, the Spy Fam. I always try to go rate them for anything they have. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I went in and I found their we call it like a box set, right? But their Demon Slayer pins. They had, oh hell, who else came on it? It was like
It was Dark
you
Magician,
posted a
Celtic
picture on it.
Guardian.
That's right.
Who was the other one? Is it this right here?
Yeah, that's the
right
one.
next to me. Oh yeah, Dark Magician, Celtic Guardian, and Yami.
Yeah, and of course, those are the two Demon Slayers that have the chase chance to them.
These two guys.
And so I went ahead and bought the whole box because that one is really cool. I love his face on there. I mean, they truly captured, in my opinion, he looks pretty terrified in that whatever's coming after him, he's ready for it, but he's freaking out a little bit. But yeah, so man, all those guys over there are super cool. They help me out all the time. And I had bought those pins and I was chatting with one of them and he was just like, oh man, I really love those pins. They're super cool. This and that and the other. And I said, well, give me a second. I went out in my truck and I snagged them out and I said, I'll give you these pins. I didn't unlock them already. I said, I'll give you these pins, but you have to go for the chase chance. So he was like, all right, I will.
And Slim is saying that he is the employee that you gave him the fig pins and the cards.
Very cool. Well, hey, pleasure to have you on, man. I appreciate your time. That's awesome to have you here.
So question about this. So we have, Fat Gum going ahead and being a completely different pin, right? With the chase chance from being, the fat gum to slim fat gum. I don't know what's so
bleeding gums.
So let me ask a question. Do we think that the chase chance for Nezuko is going to be her without the mouthpiece? Without the guard, the bite guard.
Sweet. Yeah.
And if you know, you know. So I'm not gonna say anything more because if you haven't seen the series, but if you know, you know.
Dang, I don't know. But I'm excited. I want to know.
Yep.
I know Slim knows. He was excited about it. So while I always love when the chase is a different pin, but I've always said that Nezuko, the details in her dress are amazing. And to see that in gold, I think that'd be a pretty epic pin for chase too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I guess back to, they couldn't have went ahead and released U4 Ultra Batman, without better timing. I mean, obviously you release it the day before and the day of Batman Day, but I am nervous and a little disappointed because if you remember when we had Amato on the show, last year, and he gave us a quick little snapshot, and people grabbed that image of all of their ultras that they have up. Jack Skellington was on there for an ultra, and we are right around the corner from October. I don't think they're going to go ahead and release another ultra that quickly, but I think it would be a great opportunity to go ahead and have a Night Before Christmas pin coming out right at Halloween.
Dude, as you were just saying, we got to watch all of it for 3 months, so a Shellington would be epic. And I'll debate you on that, man. I remember having Kingpin sit down with me and, we kind of said, well, you had mentioned four ultras for the end of the year. And He didn't necessarily say yes, but he definitely didn't say no.
That is true. Very true.
We could have a few, 1, 2 more.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it'd be awesome. But we'll go ahead and see. I mean, it was definitely a surprise. I was not expecting to have another ultra, especially that quickly from Mickey being announced. But yeah, it was. I mean, I'm excited that they're kind of pulling through with what they share that they were going to go ahead and do.
Heck
so,
yeah. No,
are we ready to talk about kind of a tough subject?
Yeah, let's get the elephant out of the room, and then we'll follow.
So I mentioned, New York. I mentioned that Pins on Fire has their, awesome exclusive which I was able to go ahead and get, which came with this very cool magnet FiGPiN pin. And then a few hours later, the same day, Star Wars Ahsoka lineup was announced with another retailer exclusive from 2 totally different licenses. And then Jason from Pins on Fire went ahead and had posted that they were going to go ahead and get out of the FiGPiN game. That they were upset how FiGPiN a few hours later posted, another license as well as another retailer exclusive the same day, a few hours later, after they just posted MHA's lineup along with his exclusive as well as Chalice's exclusive. So it was upsetting to go ahead and see. Jason and Sandy and Pins on Fire have been long-term supporters of our show. They're amazing people, so it's upsetting to go ahead and see them getting out of the game. From us, we wish them the best and hope that they're able to go ahead and figure out what the next step is and let us know so we can go ahead and support them in whatever ventures that they go ahead and do take. But it is I guess feelings were hurt because of the situation, and we're not totally sure of all of the the circumstances there. But I did have a chance. Battle and I did have a chance to speak with FiGPiN directly about this, and they have confirmed that the Pins on Fire is no longer a retailer, and that they wish them the best, and they hopefully that everyone will be able to move forward and just keep trekking along and doing the best that everyone can go ahead and do. So yeah, but any other thoughts about the situation and how what happened that day and kind of continuing to happen?
Man, it's so hard, and I'm sure there are so many things that happen behind the scenes that we don't have the slightest idea about. Chatting with both Pins on Fire and FiGPiN, I think both of them have both good points to each side, right? Not knowing all the details, of course, I can't really say what one of it is, but I can kind of see where Pins on Fire was saying, man, that was kind of like our hype day, right? We dropped our exclusive. We need to go ahead and make some sales. Give us a little bit of time to try to make it. We're putting out this thing. Let's get the hype around it. Give us a few days to make our sale. And for them to come in and drop it right after, I can see it, because sometimes even myself, I can't, I got to now pick and choose which one I'm going to go ahead and buy for that day, right? But I don't necessarily believe any of it was done with malintentions. I don't think they were like, oh, a post here, let's go ahead and post here. I think I think probably it had been talked about prior. I don't know how any of those conversations went. But I think there's also timelines that everybody kind of has to meet, and when they choose to do them, I don't know who all's involved in that either. So maybe, somebody knew or didn't know. I just don't know. Ultimately,
to the I guess, just to play a little bit devil's advocate, it was a totally different license, so it's not like that it was kind of it's not even just a difference license. I don't see Star Wars really competing in the anime realm of things. So right. It's although I do agree that it is, the timing, could have been a little bit better for sure, not announcing, 2 different licenses on the same day within a few hours of each other. But they're also not, I don't see them as competing licenses either, because Star Wars is not even the anime realm, right? And where obviously right. MHA has their own following, and Star Wars also has another following that, might not even touch into the anime world, and vice versa, right? So, that's, again, just playing a little bit devil's advocate, with the other side of the story. But I do agree that I think that it could have been played a little bit better where it was done on separate days.
Yeah. But I mean, hell, you and I have a hard time sometimes setting things up to make sure that we're ahead of schedule for us. So it's like I can only imagine so many different moving pieces to like be able to get all of those things lined out properly. I bet it could be difficult. Man, I do think what you said though is right. Like they are different typically. I mean, all of us, we like to do completionists. We want all of the pins. We love all of the pins, and we're going to support all the retailers any way we can. Um, I think for the most part, yeah, like there are a good chunk of the collectors out there who are only going to collect the lines that they truly like. And if anything, maybe since Pins on Fire got to they launched theirs first, maybe they were able to kind of capture a little bit of the market. Like maybe, okay, well, I can't buy two pins this week. I already bought Pins on Fire, so I'll buy it again. But maybe people were at work and they saw both of them, and then they had to choose, and maybe it was a shuffle one way or the other.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see all the points. For me, it's just a heartbreak because I love Pins on Fire. Like you said, they have been
Yeah.
a monumental start for us.
Absolutely.
I mean, in my opinion, they were kind of the reason they kind of like gave me the like hope or confidence to like, man, like I mean, how many times have I joked around like, who the hell would want to watch this? But they were like, hey, this is cool. And we had people tuning in, and it's like, hey, this
totally
is
agree,
cool.
man. They have and had continued to support us, even after they went ahead and stopped being, sponsors of our show. And yeah, I mean, it was invaluable for sure what they did for us, and I hope that it was the same for them. I mean, I like the relationship that we had, and I hope that they saw the value, that we feel that they gave us, that we also gave them.
We returned it,
partners. So yeah, I mean, I agree. It's for sure.
And I'm super excited that I hope, I doubt, like if any of you guys know Pins on Fire personally, they're super great people. I'm sure like when I see them, if they're at Comic Cons, I don't think any of that's going to change. So I'll always go up by and say hi to them and, chat their ear and all that. But man, it's a cool start to us. And then it kind of gave us the ability to go to the other retailers who have also really supported us and have done amazing things for us. So, we got to take our hats off to them. Super sad that they have decided to move on, but I will say that anything in life requires change and you got to adapt. And if things aren't working right, you got to do what's best for not only you, your family, and your business, but your mental too. So if that's where it was and it was going that way and they weren't seeing eye to eye, maybe it won't be permanent. Maybe it just needs a little bit of restructuring, and maybe the step away will bring some clarity to both sides and maybe help define the next few steps, right? So either way, I don't think it was bad. I'm sorry to see them go. Wish them the best with everything. But yeah, I don't think it was.
I will also, I mean, let's go ahead and get into like a little bit of different aspect of this as well. Is Pins on Fire makes this announcement, a few hours after, the release of Ahsoka, along with, Pops and Pins Chopper's announcement. FiGPiN doesn't go ahead and respond at all. What are your thoughts with that? Do you think that they needed to respond? Is it, kind of one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't things, and they are just going ahead and making it like, hey, there is some stuff in any business that you're not going to go ahead and bring forward to the public, and this is one of those things where we're just choosing not to go ahead and say it because this is background stuff that doesn't need to be brought to the public. Like, what are your thoughts? I mean, I know I threw a lot out there, but just wanted to go ahead and kind of chat about that a little bit.
I personally, just off the top of my head, this and me, I've always kind of been a real private person and on a little bit of a collecting hoarder. So this show has really kind of changed the way I do things, where I'm now talking to a lot of people in front of the public, and then I try to give stuff away. So it's a big change for me. But my initial reaction is, yeah, I wouldn't acknowledge anything. Like if it was me, I now I will say I've also said bad publicity, drama publicity, any of that is still publicity, and it's in a way free marketing, free advertisement. So it has its place. However, I just don't think when emotions are involved, and uh, and especially if that relationship could be salvaged, I think it should have been a private affair. So I personally wouldn't have, like, being FiGPiN, I wouldn't have made a comment publicly back. But that's just me.
And I agree with you with that. I think that FiGPiN is in a position where they deal with obviously several dozen retailers, and to go ahead and kind of bring some background information out to the public, it's not the right thing to go ahead and do. So I think that they handled it well, at least on that aspect of things. So yeah, I mean, I think that was what needed to happen. And I mean, again, I think also if they said something, people would have went ahead and found the negativity in what they said. And then if they didn't, and there's obviously still people that they didn't say anything, and they're still finding the negativity in the non-response. So yeah, I mean, but I think that it was the right move to go ahead and make for them. And I guess the one last thing before we do move on is, I know that there was some comments, in the post about Alliance, Alliance Fest, the Alliance. So just to, if there's not many people that are aware of this, the Alliance are 3 different retailers, that little side note, there were supposed to be 4 retailers, but one retailer went ahead and backed out because they were going to go ahead and do something different. So there was going to be 4 originally. There is 3 of them. This is, FiGPiN is not part of the Alliance. Although FiGPiN did support the Alliance Fest at SDCC, it was not their sponsored party. Like, they didn't put any money into going ahead and doing it. They did supply, obviously, the pins that the retailers paid for. It was funny. I just thinking about the box cost, right? That they put the pins from the Lions Fest in. My guess is that box is anywhere between $8 to $12 per box, right? Like, I mean, that's just crazy to think. And I mean, Battle, we're going through this. Give me 1 second. I have to cough.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But we're going through this and we're looking at some pricing, and it's just like, my gosh, man, I can't believe for that it's this much money, right? But yeah, just to be clear, like, it wasn't like FiGPiN's not part of that, and it's retailers that came together to go ahead and put something on for the community, just like the other retailers that could have went ahead and did this. I'm sure that there is some reasoning behind the 3 retailers going ahead and coming together. And my guess is, I know that Chalice and Plastic, I mean, even Pops and Pins, like they're obviously getting to be a larger company themselves now. But since Chalice and Plastic Empire are more established companies, they have many more competitors, and some of the other retailers are direct competitors with the 3 retailers that are that sponsor the Alliance Fest. So I get that they might not have invited some other retailers to be part of it because they are in direct competition, with those other retailers. But again, that's just some aspects of it. Not sure of the full story. It's just us looking into, what was said. But I just wanted to go ahead and be clear, because FiGPiN is not part of, like, FiGPiN didn't sponsor Alliance Fest. FiGPiN didn't put any money to go out and have that party. It was completely done all by the 3 retailers. They put their money into it, and their time and their energy, and all of the efforts were all through the 3 retailers. Yes, did FiGPiN obviously help design and get the pins to them? Absolutely. but that was what FiGPiN does. They provide pins to the community, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that event was really cool. I mean, I think I think I think New York's gonna be even better. I think they're, the thing is they like this community. They love the people who get excited about the collectible. And, I just kind of joke. I mean, I know while Funko is in the masses, people have been bashing on all the Funko parties lately, like the food and this and this and that and the other. And I think they see the opportunity to try to help this collectible, not only the company but the fans too, of one having a good time, getting some pretty exclusive pins, and hopefully one day showing them out the door. And the new versions here, right? Like the newer, better collectibles here. So I think that's kind of part of the goal. I mean, I'm just making that up. I don't know. It's probably not their thoughts, but yeah. So I don't know. I think, like I said, I think there was some emotions in the post that POF had. I don't necessarily think that, I don't think they would just make it up or lying or anything like that.
Look, we don't know all of the background stuff, right? So I mean, we can't.
Yeah.
We're Battle and I are just commenting from what we can go ahead and see that was posted, and we have no further information. Like I did say, we did speak with FiGPiN, and they just let us be aware that their Pins on Fire is no longer a retailer, unfortunately, and that both parties are separating ways, and that they are wishing the best to to Jason and Sandy and Pins on Fire with whatever the next endeavor is. So again, we don't know. We're only going ahead and sharing our opinions from what we can go ahead and see from the outside.
Right. And I guess what I was leading to is, even though there was some feelings involved with what POF had posted, like I said, I hope I still see them at the cons. I still hope,
Absolutely.
and I know they will be super friendly as it is. I just hope that they can, resolve or come to a happy agreement, or whatever it is they need to do, that, they still enjoy the collectible, that, they still want to be part of our community as much as they want. Like, heck, if you ever wanted to come chat on the show, or, go hang out after New York or something like that, that would be cool. That's what I'd hope for. Like, I hope those
I mean,
those qualms can be crushed.
To my understanding, I believe that Jason and Sandy are still going to go ahead and be. I mean, I sure that they already had plans to be at NYCC, so I think that Pins on Fire is going to be represented at NYCC. So it's going to be great to go ahead and see them there. And the other aspect of this is, if you haven't checked it out, through all of this, they have been doing, and just as amazing as they have been, in the past, they're continuing to go ahead and do amazing things. So if you go to their website right now, they have and they keep going ahead and adding new mystery bundles every Monday, which is totally their MO. So this is nothing different than they've done before. But you are having great opportunities at guaranteed AP bundles for $150. So, and the great thing about that is, if any of the bundles didn't sell out from the week previously, so they started this last week. So if any of the bundles that were announced last week did not sell out this week, they go ahead and they actually drop the price a little bit. And that continues to go ahead and drop until it hits $100, and then they won't be dropped any further. But keep going to pinsonfire.com. Check out the website. They still have great pins on there. They still have these awesome AP mystery bundles. So, continue to support them and Jason and Sandy. I mean, at least for myself, I'm sure I can speak from Battle. We wish you guys the best. And if there's anything we can go ahead and do to support you with whatever your next venture is, please go ahead and let us know. We'll be more than happy to do that for you guys.
Heck yeah. Tenfold.
Yep. The last thing about Pins on Fire, and I totally forgot to do this in the beginning of the show, was when I got the, when you place an order, when their MHA bundle went on sale, the first 40 orders were going to get, and I know it's hard to go ahead and see. So I was able to go ahead and get I was
FiGPiN
one of the
DB,
40, but
baby.
yeah, FiGPiN DB's awesome pin. This is number 8 of 100. So
Dang.
it was right there. I think it was the first 40. I think they said so. I'm at FiGPiN DB might, or they might be doing something else with this. Um, but you have the Halloween Deku, you have the Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and then the one Monkey D. Luffy, pin on fire exclusive. So definitely an amazing
That
pin.
is super fun.
Actually, this is the first time I actually looked at the back of it. I actually just unwrapped it from as we were on the show to get such a low sequence of it. So pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, if
That
you
is neat.
looking at the pins on fire logo, like it's a red glitter. Also, it's amazing. They continue to do great work, all the time. And Kevin does a great job from FiGPiN DB.
Yes, definitely an awesome pin to have. It was a must have for the collection. As soon as I saw it, I definitely placed an order for it. Did you get the first one he handed out
I did
with
not. No, because
Thanos and all
he
that?
handed that at Flop One. I wasn't there.
Oh man, I think I only have the one, but I'll look. If I have another one, I'll throw it your way. But I
Awesome,
don't.
bro.
I think I might only have the one. But
That's fine. It's fine.
but yeah, it was super neat. I was excited to see it. Man, I'm kind of excited to see, the other ones he plans on dropping. So I'll definitely can try to stay up to date with his stuff. So thank you as always for one, the website, two, for the awesome pins. Both super, super cool and helpful. Um, I hope I get to see him over at New York Comic Con. I hope I get to go to Comic Con because I can't get a bloody answer from my job about if I have a rotation or if I have a schedule and when is it. And every day that goes by, my plane tickets just keep going up and up
Well,
and
I
up
hope
and
so,
up.
man.
And
Because we need to. Well, we'll talk later. Because I when I did speak with FiGPiN, they did share that they need us on Tuesday. So hopefully it's just not me.
so no, I mean, so there's a whole other thing I won't go into tonight, but like I've already put in my time off requests like 4 different ways, and it's just kind of a shite show right now. So anyway, I digress. But man, New York City Comic Con's coming up right around the corner. It's gonna be a heck of a good time, like it always is. One, just walking through those tall buildings, trying to find your way through that concrete jungle. But man, I'm excited for that Comic Con. I think there's going to be a bunch of things FiGPiN announced and other collectible announced too. So I'll be running around the con trying to get my hands on some stuff. Um, Part of the post I was asking if anybody's watching, put in the comments what would you like to see as some of their New York City Comic Con exclusives. How many do you think they're going to have this year, John?
So I think if I remember correctly, there was 16 that included the box sets. I think there was 11. Maybe
Right,
there was 11 with a logo, so maybe 12 pins, but then they had the box set. So
and
it
then a
was either
box set.
16 or 17 pins altogether at
Yeah.
SDCC. So I see NYCC being just as big, if not bigger, than SDCC. Probably the same, if not a few pins more. So yeah, I mean, it's going to go ahead and be interesting for sure to see how many there.
So
What are your thoughts? What are you thinking that they're going to have?
man, I think you're right. I think they're going to have a good little lineup. It would be wild to see if they have another box set. That was super cool to see. Um, Man, after San Diego with a couple of like their Ironhide and a couple of those LD 500 pins, I think it's going to be hot again. I think we're going to have bananas lines. Man, I hope I get to pass off my line duty to you and let you experience line duty because man, that's a heck of a job. Um, but
I don't
yeah,
want to be
I
thrown out of the
mean,
con. I'd go ahead and my remember I grew up in New York, man. I don't want to have that New York attitude come out and then get kicked out of the con.
hey, I think the only way you can hold that line in check is if you get that attitude coming out, man. Sometimes, man, some of them collectibles, they pump and push and they do their thing. They'll put you to the ground if they need to get stuff, man. Um, well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to expect. I'd always love. I don't really know what other Power Rangers they could do other than like maybe if they bring some XLs back.
Well, that's a good question. Do you
I
think
would
that
always
do
love.
you think maybe we'll see our first XL come back at the con?
Mm, man, I guess maybe. I'm down deep. I just don't feel it. Maybe, but I just don't know if they're ready for that yet, or they haven't hinted to that. But although we weren't ready for the mini drops either, so
True, true.
maybe.
Yep.
I think they might have some of their standards. I think they might have a Dragon Ball. I think they might have a One Piece. Maybe what was some of the ones that they had last year? I have a whole bag. I should remember. I was super excited for them.
Well, I mean, there's Disney, right? I think there was a Star Wars.
Ooh, I wonder what other Star. I bet you there might be some Star Wars stuff. That would be cool. It
Yeah,
would be really neat to see. Ooh, Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man. That there's a lot of people going ahead and commenting about that right now. Uh, Dan Harris is saying a glitter Statue of Liberty, so that would be pretty cool.
Dude, that would be epic. That would be super fun.
XL Iron Giant. I would actually, I mean, at NYCC, why wouldn't they go ahead and do an XL of the Empire State Building?
That would be dope too.
Right? Like just go ahead and then what you can do is have the next XL be King Kong, and then you can put King Kong next to the Empire State Building.
Dude, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yep.
And then Kong Godzilla, we need a Godzilla.
Yeah, hey man, I'm excited. They announced the new movie for Godzilla as well as the Apple TV series for Godzilla. So I'm excited for sure that that line is still going to go ahead and come on. Yeah, we see Chainsaw Man. People are saying One Piece. One Shot is saying the Star Wars mystery set would be awesome to go ahead and be announced there.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely plenty of cool stuff. Should we go ahead and say, because I don't know if anyone saw, but I did post that today was a leak night, and it is a leak about
a little
NYC
bit of
State.
leaks.
Yeah, we have
pouring some stuff out on the ground. Man, I think we might have some know-how.
So it has come to our attention that, and I know I'm pretty sure Steve and Deku went ahead and was saying, how come we haven't talked about the Dragon Ball Super lineup that was announced? So yes, there is 3 new Dragon Ball Super pins that had been announced last week. You have Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and then you also have that amazing Tien that is going to be an exclusive for Poptopia. So with that being said, we can go ahead and share that the very first announcement, which is leaked by us, is going to go ahead and be an NYCC exclusive Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, which will premiere at NYCC 2023.
Heck yeah, that's an epic announcement that we got to make. Thank you all very much for letting us make that. It's going to be awesome. I have no idea what it looks like yet, but from watching it, I can only imagine, and I think it's going to be bad arse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Look, it's definitely cool. I'm glad that we were able to go ahead and get that information to go ahead and leak the very first NYCC exclusive. They will start having some of their blog posts go ahead and be updated within the next week or two with those announcements. But we were able to go ahead and get that information that it will be a some people call them Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, but yes, that is what the first NYCC pin that is going to be announced is, the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. So I'm excited. I'm super excited.
That is super cool. Now, do you think we're going to have something similar to last year where maybe one of the partnering retail booths might have their own quote unquote exclusive at their booth? I think that white Vegeta last time.
Great point. We have not seen anything from Plastic Empire, Evans, Chalice Collectibles. They have not announced if their booths are going to have any. Am I missing any of the retailers that have booths there? I don't think that's, if I can remember, I think that's the 3 that usually have booths at cons. But if I have missed some, I do apologize. well, Fugitive, Bait, right?
Bait,
we're not sure if
right.
they're going to be having any exclusives at the con. But then you also have Alliance Fest 2 happening, which I'm super excited about because it's at Dave and Buster's. So if anyone wants to have, a contest with who can get the most, tickets within the time frame, I'm all game. We're down. I'm down to play. But yeah,
Man, you cut out right as you said it. You said have a contest to who can drink as many drinks, or what did you say?
who can get as many tickets. Yep. Oh, there will be drinks had for sure, but I don't want to play that game.
Too old for all that.
You're still young, Battle Man. Once your liver starts going ahead and hurting when the next morning, you'll know that you can't go ahead and do those days anymore.
Dude, I'm there. Let me tell you.
Charles, what's up, man? It's great to have you. Thanks for coming. And I'm pretty sure I also saw Derek jump in before.
Love
so it's
Derek.
definitely definitely pretty
cool.
Well,
so do we happen to have a small leak still? Like a little drip of a notice of what else could possibly be coming out of New York?
What are we talking about?
A possible small leak of what else could be being announced in New York, or is that for a different date? Or
yeah, I think that's for a different day.
Do we actually even know?
I think that's for a different day. Yeah.
Because I don't think when we chatted, I don't even know if we really know what it is, right?
Yeah, that's for a different day. No more talking, Battle. No more talking. What we've been working on is something that can't go ahead and be talked about yet.
Cool.
Yep.
I don't think we're talking about the same thing, actually.
Possibly not, but I thought that maybe the pictures that you sent me today was what you were referencing, and I don't want that to go ahead.
No, definitely not that. I was like, no. There was another license set.
Oh yeah, no, we can't go ahead and talk about that.
Can or cannot yet?
We cannot talk about that other one. So we may have another leak, but we have not. We have been asked to hold off on that leak there. So
I see. Now it makes sense of why you were like, I have no idea what it is. So that makes sense.
So NYCC, yeah, guys, look at, and I know Battle's hopefully going to go ahead and be there because it would be a real shame that he's not there. But if you're going to come, please make sure that you kind of search us out and say hello and introduce yourselves. We I think we talked about this the last time.
Username.
Yeah, the real name and username, so we can go ahead and recognize, what who you are, so we can put a face to the username at least.
It's super funny. It's really funny because,
Charles, why would we go ahead and leak well, we are going to be leaking something different, but we've been asked to hold off on that leak, so we can't go ahead and leak the other thing. But
Charles could leak.
Yeah, Charles, if you want to leak something, we're more than happy to go ahead and get you in trouble. But of course, it's going to go ahead and be a Dragon Ball pin that we would get the opportunity to go ahead and have the announcement. So we're excited about it.
Heck yeah. Go get your SSG, SS. There's another pin, right? That's like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. It's like this long of the title on the pin.
Yep, that's the. I mean
that was the one with the two Goku and Vegeta, right? That was like they're almost twin looking pins.
Yeah. Yep.
They were cool.
Charles, we're just joking with you. We wouldn't go ahead and put you in that spot, man. Yes, you do not leak anything, Charles. We don't want to get you in trouble.
Do it. John wants you to do it. Only John knows.
So we talked about Dragon Ball. Oh, Disney. Did you see the Moana and the Snow White pins that from the Disney 100?
No.
Yeah, so they have two new Disney. So this. They have this lineup now for the Disney 100.
Oh, very
series.
Cool, yeah.
So they added two new pins. I believe it was last week they announced a Moana.
Oh,
pin.
I do remember that. Yeah.
And they also have a Snow White pin. So if you have not seen those, make sure you're heading to either your favorite retailer or FiGPiN to go ahead and check out those two pins. I'll tell you, I think we talked about this before. When I seen the pictures, I was a little hesitant about the style that they went with the pins, but it's really starting to grow on me how these pins look. So I'm excited to go ahead and get, you know, Moana as well as Snow White for it.
That is awesome. You know, did we already talk about it on prior show? I don't believe we did, but didn't AMC also drop another box set of all white pins?
Yes, they did have a 6-piece box set of the Disney 100 pins. It was Mickey, Minnie, Donald. Was it the Chipmunks? I can't remember who the other.
Taz?
Oh, that was
No, Taz.
well, that's
that was the one
Warner
before
Brothers.
that.
That was the Warner Brothers one. Yep, that was the Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
I that one jumped to mind because it was flat. It was the coolest pin ever.
Yep. Well, Charles did just leak something. FiGPiN does not have the Ghostbusters. FiGPiN does not have the Ghostbusters license yet. Okay, so that is a leak. They don't have that license yet.
Well, dang.
You did bring up about AMC though. AMC just this past Friday or sometime over the weekend, they did announce
gold bacon,
glitter gold, white-ish Bacon Man film. His official name is. But yeah, so if you haven't checked it out, make sure you go ahead and check it out. The word on the street is that there is going to actually be a box set for the 3 of them. So I think that's maybe why some of those pins had been pulled off. That it says that it was sold out, but I'm not positive. That's just a rumor that I've been hearing that there's going to go ahead and be a box set of the 3 of them. But they did have a cool white and gold glitter AMC mascot named film. So make sure you're checking it out on AMCmerchandise.com, I believe, if I remember correctly. The website.
That sounds right.
Derek, yes,
cool.
It was Goofy that was in the box set that was for the AMC 100 Disney 100 pins.
Yeah, it was neat looking. I like the ghost white on silver kind of look. It was neat.
Yep. We had it's even in our thumbnail. We have the Anya that was announced from pins. Pops and
Spy
Pins
family.
Yeah, Spy X family, the Anya, which is a Pops and Pins exclusive. So if you haven't checked out that pin yet, go ahead and go to popsandpins.com. Make sure you're looking. Oh, I'm saying film. His name is Clip. Why am I saying film? His name is Clip.
Because it's clips of film.
Yes. Yep.
That's funny. Man, that the Pops and Pins Anya is super cool looking. It is awesome, I think, to see it come full circle of like the minis, the faces, and now we get the full pin. Although it's not our first Anya pin either, but it's a neat version that kind of ties them together.
Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure. So I apologize, guys. I'm thinking obviously AMC is a film company, right? So I don't know why film was stuck in my head. The mascot's name is Clip from AMC. But I do like Jay Nelson is saying that is his name Film, PHILM, like Phil with an M at the end of it. That's very clever, Jason. Very clever. I like that.
Indubitably.
Yep.
The film.
Statue Fanatic is joining us. Hello, how are you today, man? Have you seen? Well, you've liked CyberCell officials pages, right? Have you seen that they have a Hot Topic exclusive of the Hello Kitty pins, Hello Kitty CyberCell cards?
I have not seen that, but then
yes,
they just released the minis, or they did a little show for the mini, like a little post about them too, right?
Yep. Yeah, so if you take a look, they have new CyberCell cards of Hello Kitty. Well, now wait. Now am I saying the wrong thing? Because I know that they have CyberCell cards for Hello Kitty, but they also, you're right, they also had minis for them as well. But is the minis Claire's exclusive, or is that a Hot Topic exclusive? Let me go check it out. Just make sure.
I guess
been
all
so
I
much
remember is
happening.
just like little. Yeah, there's been a bunch moving.
Ooh, One Shot is saying that they saw the Hello Kitty Cybercell cards in store today.
Nice. I hope you pull that ultra rare, super rare. Man, hey, did you buy any? Let's get on. Let's rip some packs.
Yeah, so there is. Yeah, so Cybercell has Hello Kitty and Friends, a Hot Topic exclusive. Uh, they look absolutely amazing. There's some pretty cool cards for sure with it. I do have to say, they've always had cool art and style with uh, their postings, but the postings that they've been putting out lately have been pretty cool. So as well as Cybercell with FiGPiN's content, but I am liking the art and style that they've been putting out lately as well. So kudos to the team that handles that.
Heck yeah, definitely great.
Yeah, so it is Hello Kitty. It is a Hot Topic exclusive, and then you were also saying that there is a new
They put a post out not too terribly long ago.
minis
The new
also.
minis. Yeah.
Yes. So there is. Yeah. So you are right. So there is a Series 2 Hello Kitty and Friends Hot Topic exclusive as well for minis. So there is
Dang,
both.
all
So there
right.
is Cybercell as well as the new mystery minis. I do like the video that they posted with the mystery minis. It was not an AP box that includes all of the different style pins. So I do like that touch that they put in there, showing like, hey, like yeah, we pulled doubles of some of the pins. So that was a really cool touch that they made it real, that it wasn't like, hey, all our
This is what
boxes
you're gonna
have,
get.
we'll
Yeah.
have all this, or that, we're just showing you AP boxes to go ahead and show all the different pins. They actually pulled, from a regular box that went ahead and showed the doubles. So awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think that's everything. I mean, it's Batman Day, Spy Family X, the Demon Slayer. Oh, wait a second. Uh, the Sonic and Knuckles Target exclusive.
2-pack.
The
Dude,
2-pack
that
is
thing
coming back.
sweet.
The very first 2-pack. I cannot wait to go ahead and see what that actually looks, in hand. It's definitely cool characters, new poses. I said Sonic and Knuckles, right? It's Sonic and Shadow. I don't know why I said Knuckles. I apologize.
Is
But
it
yeah, it's
Shadow? I could have sworn it was Knuckles.
it's Sonic and Shadow.
Hmm.
Pins 1351 and 1352. And if I remember from Target's website, they're coming out in November timeframe, I believe, maybe early October. I can go ahead. If anyone can confirm that, if they can search that quick for us, or it says pre-order now. Sorry, early October. Sunday, October 8th is the release date that they're saying that it is for the. Yeah, Jason, you're right, man. My game is totally off. And this is what happens when like Battle and I have been trying to remember too much stuff without writing it down. So yeah, it's horrible when when I do this and go off without a script. So Sunday, October 8th is the expected release date. You can pre-order them now from Target's website. So make sure that you're taking a look if you are interested in those pins. But it is the first 2-pack since
In a while.
yeah, man. What would have been the last 2-pack? I'm trying to think what they would have done.
It was.
Yeah, I don't. Would have been the Alien box lunch exclusive. Where they did the
Most
I think it
likely.
was Carl and Carl and Russell, right? Was that the 2-pack
Yeah,
exclusive?
probably. Yeah, that's all I can assume. Because then after that, it went into like the Walmart long packs.
Yep.
And then there was like the MHA, then the Disney, Minnie and Mickey. Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Queen,
I
have a
think
great night. See you later.
Buck Queen. I think they actually posted a pretty cool little picture of it on the Target. Somewhere I saw it on the advertisement, and the box did look pretty neat. I hope it has that Target exclusive sticker on it that I love so much that I don't have for some of my other
Yeah.
Target exclusives.
Yep.
And I did look, I had to just double check, but it makes more sense now that it is Sonic and Shadow, and that it's up for pre-order, right? Like you were saying,
Yep.
but it's not out yet. Hopefully it's not sold out yet because I haven't ordered mine. But it
It
makes
is
sense
not. You
that
can
it's
still
Sonic and
pre-order it. I'm on their
Shadow,
website right
because
now.
if it was Knuckles, I probably would have had it in my car immediately. And I think the only reason I hadn't bought it is because when it first dropped, I saw it on Getty's post, and I called driving and I couldn't order it. That's exactly what happened. I was driving, I was downtown, I was driving, I saw it, and I saw it on Getty's post. So I called him right then and there, and I was like, how limited is this thing? Is it gonna go? Tell me the dates. And he was like, no, I think you'll be okay. I think you'll have some time. And then of course, I guess I had forgotten, haven't done it since. But yeah, I was
Yep.
super excited to see that.
Yeah, there is no information on how, at least on their their post, as well as looking at Target's website in their description. It's not saying what the lot size is of those pins. So, but I'm excited for it's Target getting another exclusive, so that's cool that they're hopefully going to go ahead and be joining back with FiGPiN. And
it's of 3,000 based on the the FiGPiN app.
Oh, okay,
it says retail exclusives of 3K on FiGPiN app.
I didn't even realize they put it in the app, so that's cool. Thanks for checking. Yeah, guys, thank you so much to Brandon as well as Midnight. If you can, obviously, any support that you can give us, and the simplest thing to go ahead and support us is by hitting that like button. We'd appreciate all of your support. But yes, so Fugashi, I think we're pretty sure that Alien Remix was the last 2-pack that FiGPiN has made since before the announcement with the Sonic and Shadow. So, but I think that's everything, man. I'm excited. It's gonna be cool. We're gonna do a show next week, so stay tuned for our leak that we will be able to go ahead and announce next week. We're excited for sure. So
let me say right now,
don't do that. Don't do that, my friend. Can I show one thing that's not FiGPiN related though?
Please,
but it is Star Wars related. And I had to get it because I didn't get these pins. But
tell me I need it. Oh yes, dude, I've seen that at GameStop a few times. I've almost put my hands on it.
Yeah. They also have another book of Boba Fett where it's Cad Bane and oh my god, what is the character's name? Why can't I think of who the other character is? But it's a Target exclusive actually of Cad Bane, and the character's name is skipping my mind. I'll wait to see if $1 clearance if it clear. Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, so thanks for letting me share that. I love Star Wars. But yeah, I wasn't able to get the Luke and Yoda FiGPiN. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah, maybe one day when I get it, I'll go ahead and I'll be able to share put them right next to each other.
That would be super fun. Well, heck, I mean, I'd love to continue to talk FiGPiN, but let's go watch some Star Wars. I was going to talk about one more thing too while I was at it, but I already forgot. You got me excited with the Star Wars toys.
Yeah, guys. Well, we appreciate everyone's support. Battle, as always, it's been a pleasure. We will see you guys next week. We're excited to go ahead and get closer and closer to NYCC. Make sure that you're posting, showing us any hauls that you get. Again, best of luck to Pins on Fire. Keep supporting the retailers. Every retailer goes ahead and is doing the best that they can, and they appreciate your support. So thank you so much. Have a great evening. Guys, I don't know what the character's name is. It's Cad Bane. Hold on a second. Let me look this up. Star Wars.
Well, like we were saying earlier, some of the retailers are bigger than the others. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter the size that they are. They are, some of our friends, people who are in the community with us, they have families to feed. Just make sure, you can support them when they do drop their exclusives, because it helps them out tremendously. It helps, keep their lights on, keep food on the fam table, all that type of stuff. And of course, it helps them continue to deliver us epic pins. So always support them when you can. They always appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in with us. We always greatly appreciate it. Like John said, hitting that like button, hitting that thumbs up button helps us move up in the ranks. Man, tons to talk about, tons to digest. I'm sure in the upcoming weeks we will have tons and tons and tons of more stuff to talk about. And yeah, I'm excited.
Absolutely, man. Very cool. Guys, have a wonderful evening. This is GokuIsDaMan with What the FiGPiN. We have, I pointed so you can say your name where you want me to say it. We have FiGPiN Battle, the other great half of What the FiGPiN. Battle, we'll leave it up to you, my friend.
All right. I will say one thing. If I did get to pick an Ultra Batman, it would have been Michael Keaton's Batman Ultra. Man, that'd be the pitch right there.
Of course you would.
Well, that's the last thing I had to say. I hope we get a Flash Ultra FiGPiN, and we will see you guys in a few days, hopefully sooner than next Tuesday if we find some cool stuff to rip. If not, tune in next Tuesday. Follow us on all of our social medias, and we'll see you then in 3, 2, 1. Battle. I'll be awesome.
Have a great night, everyone.
Bye-bye.